my man DJ Moan, my man Ruler, my man Self, you know, Scott Lark, ain't nothing changed, you know. Jersey, we still here. Never count us out, you know what I mean? Real.
First off, where you been?
I just been maintaining, you know, working, trying to basically maintain, you know, pay the rent. Just regular stuff, doing tracks here and there, you know.
How'd you get into MCing?
Well, just, you know, listening to the radio, seeing local rappers like Suicide Posse, Righteous Teachers, doing their thing, you know what I mean? And even before that, Curtis Blow was out, Fresh Groove, Wild Style, just basically, you know, basically I wanted a way to meet girls without having to try to talk to them, you know what I'm saying? So I figured if I had a hot record, I wouldn't have to come up with something because girls intimidated me. So I figured if I was famous, I wouldn't, you know, it would take a lot of the pressure off because they would just do all the talking for me.
What was the Trenton scene like back then, like the hip-hop scene?
A lot of shows in the park, Catwater Park, you know, Tony D, he was always looking for rappers. And, you know, he used to DJ at the Capitol Skate Rink, you know, and basically, you know, Truth or Square was doing their thing, a lot of rappers. So I just basically tried to get down with these guys, you know what I mean? And just try to get in any way I could, just trying to get my name out there. I do graffiti and breakdance, try to...
What was your name?
My first rap name was King Salvi. And then I was MC Lark. No, I was MC Juice. Then DJ Juice came out. So I changed it to MC Lark. And then one of my homies, Draz, told me to change it to Scott Lark. And he was like, you know, then this dude named Cliff told me you should call yourself Scott Lark the Sensei. So I just went with that.
Who were some of your local influences?
The Boulevard Bossy, Tony D, YZ. You know, I seen them doing it, and I figured I could do it. You know what I mean?
You was in a group with a couple other MCs. What was the name of the group, and who was in there?
It was the Upfoul. First it was called the Upfoul Flavors, and then we changed it to the Upfouls. Me, Draz, Drunk. Originally it was this dude named G-Code. And we came together, we did a show. Didn't go too well. We got one of G-Code, we kicked him out, put Drunk in the group. And I didn't kick him out. I like G-Code. He's alright with me. You know, Draz, he ran the group. I didn't run the group.
And Mo was down with that too? Or Divine Drummah? Or?
Mo was in Truth or Square. I guess he still is. They was like #1. Like, we did a talent show. They won. And we kind of got booed. You know what I mean? We first came on the scene. They was booing us. They didn't like us. You know, nobody liked us because we was coming from Ewing, and the ghetto was the real big thing. So if you was from the suburbs, you know,
that was a suburb of Trenton.
Yeah, we come from the suburbs. Back then, the suburbs wasn't in style. So Truth or Square was hot. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like them. Tony D was doing the Crusaders real hip hop thing, and you know, I was producing my own stuff. And I see Tony D in the park. Tony D, and he used to hang out with Law and Rozzy, and he was with Law. And I put my tape in and let him hear it. And he put it in his car and he walked away and they went and smoked some weed, him and Law. And so then Draz stepped to Be Fine and Be Chill, you know what I mean? And they had some studio time with Tone, so that's how I ended up really working with Toad, because Toad, he just kind of pushed me off, yeah, whatever. But when I got in with Be Fine and Be Chill, everybody was like, oh man, you dope, you know what I mean? And I was coming up with all kinds of stuff. And, you know, everybody liked me, so Draz pretty much hooked me up. ESD Posse and then hooked me up with Tone. Be Fine and Be Chill had some free studio time with Tone. He was working with him. He was kind of fronting the studio time. So we was basically, it was supposed to be their albums. It was supposed to be Fine and Be Chill. And they heard me rapping and they was like, yo, we like this cat, whatever. So they was like, well, we want Scott Lark to come out. Then we want, you know, Be Fine and Be Chill to come out and whatever. So I pretty much came in on their studio time and, you know, they was feeling me. So I just took it from there. That was on Contract Records. They signed me to a deal. It was like $2,000. It was like, if you make enough noise and sell enough copies, you're gonna get on Columbia. And I didn't even call a lawyer or nothing. I just signed it because I was just like, look, I'm trying to come out and this might be my last chance. So I'm just gonna go with it. Everybody's like, nah, don't sign it. It ain't enough money. And I'm like, man, you know, $2,000 is still $2,000. So I went with it. Nothing really happened. I was in the source and the vibe, and then I kind of tape it off. Then I like bootleg, razzle dazzle, started selling in the streets, then started getting the buzz again. Then it ended up in I never blew up the way I intended. I thought I was gonna be like this, like Run DMC or something like that. But you know.
So what kind of made you, deterred you from the music? Like, what made you kind of go underground?
It's a lot of competition, and it's real difficult. I just kind of let it go, and you know, the young ones are always coming up, and they're always, you know, it's tough, you know. So I just kind of, I still rap, but I'm not really chasing it. I'm just trying to let it chase me.
What about WPRB? What can you say about that radio station?
Man, I miss PRB, man. I think they still got the radio show with the hip hop stuff, but PRB, that was a big influence, because it was like, you know, they basically showcased a lot of local talent, you know. And
what show was it? What show mainly? Like,
it was Vibes and Vapors. I think they had one before that, but it was the same guy.
The Raw Deal? G?
Raw Deal, yeah.
G, yeah.
G gave me a lot of shout outs. Tony used to be up there, like, he used to be up there every week. I went in there once and got my record played back in 96. I never heard my record on the radio. I was always, like that right there, they played it, but I was in the studio with them. I got played on the radio, but I was never listening to the radio when it came on. You know what I mean? But I never heard my songs on the radio. But, you know, maybe one. As long as I make some kind of impact, you know what I mean? Everybody's not going to be Rakim or LL Cool J. But when I look back, it's just like long as...
But there's people that are not going to be Scott Lark, you know?
Yeah, you know, as long as I make some kind of impact, you know what I mean? I'm happy with that. You know, I want it to be like big, like huge, like 20 times a day on the radio, but you know, I did what I did, and I'm proud of it.
It's going like this. Check it out. It's the feature presentation. Shots fired live on location. Put you in a sticky situation if you want to follow, because it's hard to swallow. You see, I woke up in the morning at 5 a.m. Hit the L, smoked a cig, drank some gin, and then hit the L, smoked a cig, drank some gin, and then I woke up and did the shit all over again. And after that, I grabbed my can that I just had clean. Dollar bills, got a bill, gotta get that green. Baby Paul, Blue Star, Sky, L.A.R.
What about the 85-second rule?
The who that? Oh, this guy.
Oh yeah. That's that. A hot dog can stay on the ground for 85 seconds before it's no good. You can just eat it. You know what I mean? I learned that at 7-Eleven.
You usually want to run a lighter on it real quick, kind of take the germs out, you know?
Yeah.
Sanitize.
Nah, I'm good.